Well, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz is at it again. He told Democrats, bully the shit out of Donald Trump. What's the real story? Well, here are the headlines. Newsweek, Tim Walz tells Democrats to bully the shit out of Donald Trump. The Daily Signal, what's next for tough-talking Tim Walz? Let's take a look at what he actually said. Walz was at the South Carolina Democratic Convention.
I'm getting called out on this because I called Donald Trump a wannabe dictator. It's because he is. It's because he is. Oh, the governor's being mean and the governor's speaking out on that. Well, maybe it's time for us to be a little meaner. Maybe it's time for us to be a little more fierce. Because we have to ferociously push back on this. And again, I'll speak to my teacher colleagues in here. The thing that bothers a teacher more than anything is to watch a bully, to watch this bully and to stop it. And when it's a child, you talk to them and you tell them why bullying's wrong. But when it's adult like Donald Trump, you bully the shit out of him back. You push back. You make sure they know it's not there. Because at heart, this is a weak, cruel man that takes it out and punches down on people.
Look, this was a reaction to criticism of a commencement speech where Walz accused ICE of being a modern-day Gestapo.
Donald Trump's modern-day Gestapo is scooping folks up off the streets. They're in unmarked vans, wearing masks, being shipped off to foreign torture dungeons.
Now, look, before I go further, I was reminded 1 year ago, Trump told Republican donors that President Joe Biden is running a Gestapo administration. And I'm not going to get into a game of he said. The bottom line, there's no place for any of this rhetoric from our political leaders. Not on the left, not on the right. It doesn't matter. Look, we've got to put an end to this nonsense. What are we role modeling here? And we are role models when we look to our political leaders. They're in the media all the time, and you can't escape it. When leaders say, bully someone you don't like, what do kids hear? What do they say to themselves? They look at these people that have been elected by their parents saying it's okay to harass people as long as they're unpopular. Is that really what we want our kids to be hearing? Is that what we want them to be modeling? Do we want them to say, okay, here's somebody that's unpopular, here's somebody that doesn't think like other people, so it's okay to pick on them, harass them, marginalize them, bully them, make them feel like they're not okay? I don't think that's what we need to be doing. I don't think we're being the adults in the room when we do that. Is there a cost to this? I think there is. 34% of teens 12 to 17 say they've been bullied in the last year. That's according to the CDC. Nearly half of teens have been harassed online. And what's the ultimate cost when a child, a kid, a teen feels picked on, feels bullied? Well, we don't have to look very far for that answer. The number 2 cause of death among teens in the United States of America is, guess what? Suicide. Suicide. Our young people are killing themselves at such a rate, it's the number 2 cause of death. Do you think they're killing themselves because they're happy? I don't think so. The number 1 need in all people is acceptance. And what are the synonyms for acceptance? Well, you want to be liked, you want to be loved, you want to feel like you belong. The number 1 fear is rejection. And when you're bullied, when you're cut out of the herd, when you're singled out, you feel rejection. So I can give you some examples of this. Mallory Grossman, 12 years old, bullied, died by suicide. What did the school do? Did they step up? Did they help? Well, her parents settled for $9.1 million with the school. The school paid the money. They didn't want to go to trial. They said, we better settle this one because the facts aren't looking good. Gabriel Tay, 8-year-old, bullied at school, took his own life. Again, family settled for millions of dollars, $3 million to be exact. And it's not just children. According to Workplace Bullying Institute in 2024, 52.2 million American workers have been bullied. That's a third of the workforce. A third. 1 in 3 people. Now, look, there are historical parallels to this when leaders normalize hate. And that's what bullying is. When leaders step up and say, not only am I going to normalize this, I'm going to model it for you. Nazi Germany, Jews were mocked and dehumanized before it got to the point of extermination. The Gestapo used fear, shame, and public humiliation. Rwanda, the Tutsis called cockroaches on the radio, and then 800,000 were murdered in 100 days. 800,000 people. This bothers me. I've been an anti-bullying advocate for a long time. I really try and give those a voice that don't have it. Children bullied at school and at home. I've spoken to hundreds of people that are bullied, families of those that are bullied, families of children who have taken their own lives because of bullying. You know, one of the most compelling stories I can ever remember was a mother whose son was bullied so much that he took a shotgun and put it under his chin and pulled the trigger. And he could barely reach it, so he had to lean back, and it blew his face off. And his mother had to see him that way. And she knew that he had been bullied at school and online, and how much it hurt him. And I remember her looking at me and saying, well, now he looks on the outside the way he must have felt on the inside. I'll never, ever forget the pain in her eyes and her voice when she said that. Do we really want to foster that kind of society? Bottom line, it's about modeling decency. Encouraging bullying from the top sends a lethal message. Look, it's not strength. This isn't leadership. That's not what we want to be showing. It's just simply toxic. I think you should be a strong advocate for your party. I think you should be a strong advocate for the things that you believe. But isn't there a better way to do it? Isn't there a better way than to role model bullying? We do need to hear these things and ask ourselves, what are we modeling for the young people? What are we modeling for each other? Sensational headlines get a lot of clicks, but they don't get a lot of growth. And that's the real story. To get the real story every day, follow and subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. I do this every day. Wherever you're getting the real story, make sure you subscribe and follow. I'll see you Monday. Hey, Dr. Phil here. My network, Merit TV, has it all.
Now, let me blow your mind.
Merit TV's got the news that matters.
The selection of a new pope.
Entertainment you crave.
Busted.
Everybody in a good mood today?
And live events.
Surprise.
What am I, chopped liver?
With serious punch.
Big shot.
Go to merittv.com and download the Merit TV app today.
Introducing Beam's Dream Powder. Proudly founded in America and run by people who share our values of hard work. It's a science-backed nighttime blend shown to improve sleep, so you can wake up ready to tackle the day. Dream is made with a powerful blend of all-natural ingredients: reishi, magnesium, L-theanine, apigenin, and melatonin. Beam has improved over 17.5 million nights of sleep, helping people wake up and feel their best. Beam is giving the ultimate Patriot discount of up to 40% off. Try their best-selling Dream Powder and get up to 40% off for a limited time. Go to shopbeam.com/Dr. Phil. Use code Dr. Phil at checkout. That's shopbeam.com meritTV.com/Dr. Phil and use code Dr. Phil for up to 40% off. Support an American company and get your best sleep tonight.